Hey guys, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and today we'll be reading chapter 10 of Don't Go to Sleep. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, let's get started. Meeting the gang and the plan. Jeff's point of view. Coming back here was never part of my plan. When I first escaped, I thought I was finally free of this place, but yet here I am again. But this time, it was with a purpose. To save Alex. Looking back this time, it was all my fault. If I would have just ignored her, this whole mess could have been avoided. But then again, Mind Freak could still come back. Or we could have been better prepared for this outcome of events. Why do I feel the sense of regret? Do I regret not killing you? Do I regret leaving this place? The question that I cannot seem to answer. It annoys the crap out of me, but I'm in this situation and I've fallen head over heels for Alex. Do I regret falling for her? Maybe, but sometimes I'm kind of glad I met her. My heart was frozen, solid, like magic. And all the lovey-dovey bullshit, Alex seemed somehow managed to melt it. With my thoughts keeping me busy and Ben on my back, I didn't notice that we were only a few feet away from the mansion. I had this same uneasy feeling when I first arrived here. Talk about deja vu. But when I stepped onto the porch, Jack appeared from the moment and turned to me. You worked so hard to escape. You have managed to run and hide from us for 2 years. I understand you want Mind Freak dead, as the rest of us do, yet here you are, with Ben on your back, and willing to step back inside when I could have dealt with her. So why come back? Jack questioned me. I was quiet for the moment, and then he took it as I did not want to answer. But when he turned his back, I had one. It was for her, I muttered. For who? He raised his eyebrow. Alex, I said. Jack seemed confused. He had no idea who I was talking about. Of course, he had never met her or even known that she exists. Pardon? Mind Freak's host. That's not her real body, but it belongs to Alex, and I'm trying to save her. I spoke, swallowing my pride. I have never thought you were the hero type, Jack commented. Not really. I just care about her. Is that so? Yup, I said. Well, be careful. One day someone will tell us that they care about you, and the next minute you are... Oh, shut up, Jack. I don't need to hear this from a fucking sob story from the 50s time. I interrupted Jack, of course. He frowned at me for interrupting his crazy sob story. I mean, get over it. It's just the same situation that happened to you. It doesn't mean it will happen to me. Will it? No. I have no time to think about this right now. All I really care about was killing that bitch and getting Alex back into my arms once again. I wanted to hold her like I did every night when she woke up from her nightmares. Only this time, I'll be holding her when she's not scared. I wanted to express my feelings in every shape and form and best abilities that I can, so I can see that wonderful smile on her face. Oh God, I miss that. I woke from my daze from a moment when I heard the door open from the mansion. The silence sent chills up my spine. I walked into the dark and dusty old place. Still had the same as how I remembered it. Jeffrey. A small voice called out. I looked over to my left and saw Sally standing beside me. Hi, Sally. I greeted her. You came back. She smiled at me. Yeah, I did, but I won't stay here for long. Her smile quickly faded, and she floated in front of me. Why? She looked at me with sorrow-filled eyes. Sally was one of the members that actually liked me. She looked up to me like a big brother figure. It was annoying at first, but I grew to like it. I have a very important mission to do here, I answered. Oh, I see. I'm guessing it has to be because of her, right? Her eyes changed into fear. Yes, but don't worry, Sally. I promise that she will not cause any harm when I'm done with her, I said in a serious tone. Soon enough, I started to hear footsteps from the right side of the hallway. Appearing from the darkness was a couple of members that I did not consider friends. Just ones that I didn't find super annoying. Candy Pop, Jason the Toy Maker, Eyeless Jack, Tiki Toby, all of them at the front door. I started to hear Ben groan a bit as I turned towards Jack, who took Ben off my back. I'll take Ben to his room to rest, Jack said as he headed upstairs. Thanks, man, I said as Candy Pop appeared behind me, looking foolishly and somewhat happy. Hey, you're a sight for sore eyes, Jeff. Candy Pop smiled in his flamboyant tone. Yeah, well, I wish I could say the same, I replied coldly. After careful planning that you managed to last 2 years, now that you're back, I can only assume it's because of her, right? Jason walked over to me. His eyes were glowing green at the sign that he did not seem pleased. Fun fact, Jason and Candy helped me escape, but as you can see, me here returning to this place is not a good thing. All the efforts they put down the toilet. I could assume that Jason was thinking that. I looked back at him and gave him the same cold stare that he was giving me. Damn right. She has something that belongs to me, I told him. Oh, so what did the bitch take this time from you? Jason asked, raising an eyebrow. Alex. Mind Freak is using her body to make it her own, almost killing Alex in the process. If I didn't save her by midnight, she's gone, I explained. Jason was silent for a moment and a bit confused. I never really cared for a human, so it shocked Jason and the others that I actually came here to save you. Or save Alex. Well, what happens to the self-confident, arrogant, non-caring Jeff, we all know. Jason smirked at me. I glared at him and gripping my fist. I wanted to punch him out of his smartass remarks, but I needed to save my energy. Is this a bad timing, JJ? People can change. Sally spoke up, holding my arm for a moment as she actually calmed me down. For that, I thank her for. Jason just chuckled for a bit. I never said it was, but when it comes to us creepypastas, we aren't people, so we can't change, Jason said. But Jeff used to be a person who says, yes, he can change. Sally retaliated. Jason tried to pat her on the head, but hid behind me and then smiled. You better keep your mouth shut, little one, or you will regret it, Jason threatened. Hey, easy, don't pick on a harmless little girl, Candy spoke up. Shut up, you overcolored, flamboyant, crazy clown, Jason yelled at Candy, almost breaking into a fight until Jack stepped in. Stop it. This is not the time for fights. We have to get rid of Mind Freak and save this human before all of us are in deep trouble. Everyone just suddenly froze for a moment after what Jack said, because they knew he was right. No one wanted to go through that torture again. I know I didn't. Jack is right. We need to figure out a plan to get rid of that crazy demon lady and save that little human girl. Candy spoke up. Jason, of course, was silent because he felt embarrassed and humiliated, knowing the fact that someone other than he was right. Can we help Jeffrey? Sally asked with a smile on her face. I wanted to say no because I had Ben already formed a plan, but I guess a little more help could be useful. Sure. I need many of you as possible to keep Slindy busy while I take care of the bitch. I need to last an hour. Can you guys do that? They all nodded their heads. I look over to Jason, who was still fucking pouting in the corner like a baby. But when he turned his head around, his eyes were still glowing an emerald green. If this plan fails, Jeff, you owe me big time, Jason said in a low, deep tone. Happy to, I smirked at him. I began to go over the plan with the group, while keeping Slindy busy while I sneak into his room, where Mind Freak is, seducing her a bit and then stabbing her deeply is possible so her soul can be exorcised into the blade. But when I would give the word, Ben will perform a healing spell. Once it's complete, we will transfer her into Ben's room, which is down the hall from Slindy's room, to wait for her to wake. With that plan set, no one's going back. I was finally ready to save the life, or rather take it from the first time in years. You are the light that guide me out of that long tunnel of darkness and death. I'm not about to lose you now. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I'm glad. If you want more Ben Drowned love stories, check out the playlist that will be popping up soon. Also, if you want any more fanfictions narrations, please check out my other channel, Reading with Blade, which has multiple fanfictions up already. If you are interested in the yaoi experience, check out Tyler O'Connell's channel if you want to go there. But note that channel is only 18 and up. I've been listening to Tyler's stories and I'm addicted to them. Until then, bye guys!